Welcome to New Zealand. Separated from the ancient supercontinent Gondwana some 80 million years ago, New Zealand began a journey that would shape it into one of the most ecologically distinct places on Earth. Adrift in the vast South Pacific, this remote landmass evolved in near-total isolation, becoming a sanctuary where nature followed its own unique script, free from the footsteps of humankind for most of its history. Over millennia, this seclusion gave rise to an astonishing biological tapestry. Here, life evolved in wondrous ways. Birds filled the niches that mammals occupied elsewhere, and forests teemed with creatures found nowhere else on the planet. In the hush of untouched valleys and the silence of ancient canopies, flightless birds like the kiwi, the Tekapo, and the mighty moa once roamed freely, unchallenged by predators and unconcerned with haste. These birds became guardians of the land's mystery, a living echo of deep time. Hidden among moss-laden stones and twisted roots lies one of New Zealand's most remarkable survivors, the tuatara. Neither lizard nor dinosaur, this living fossil predates the rise of mammals and has outlived countless species across the ages. To encounter a tuatara is to look into the eye of prehistory, to feel the pulse of a world that existed long before humans dreamed of crossing oceans. But New Zealand is more than its ancient past. It is a land alive with elemental drama. Here, the earth stretches and breathes. Jagged mountain peaks soar into the clouds, their snow-capped crowns reflecting light like crystal. Volcanic landscapes steam and simmer, their geothermal forces bubbling just beneath the surface. Glaciers carve icy trails down steep valleys, even as lush rainforests cloak the lower slopes in endless green. The contrasts are startling and sublime. Sunlit beaches with golden sands lie only hours from alpine passes draped in mist. Still lakes mirror skies, painted in indigo and gold, while wild rivers rush through gorges carved by time and torrent. Whether it's the wind-swept beauty of the South Island's fjordland or the geothermal wonderlands of the North Island, every corner of Aotearoa tells a different story of fire, ice, forest, and sea. And woven through it all is the spirit of the Maori people, the Tangata Whenua, or people of the land. Their stories, songs, and traditions are not just preserved, they are living, breathing parts of the national identity. The Maori worldview sees the land as a living ancestor, a being to be respected, protected, and celebrated. From the sacred peaks of Tongariro to the ancestral waters of the Wanganui River, places are not just locations, they are loved ones. They are alive. Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud, is more than a destination. It is an experience of deep connection to the earth, to the sky, to each other. Here, people live close to nature, not apart from it. Sustainability is not just a value, it's a way of life. Respect for the environment is etched into daily rhythms, guiding choices and shaping communities. Often described as a land of cinematic wonder, New Zealand has become a backdrop for epic tales, not just in film, but in the lives of those who journey here. It is a place where adventure pulses just beneath the surface. Whether you're hiking through alpine trails, paddling across ancient lakes, stargazing under the southern skies, or simply pausing to breathe in the crisp, pure air. To arrive in New Zealand is to be welcomed, not just into a land, but into a story. One of resilience, of beauty, of balance between past and present. Whether you seek solitude in the stillness of a beach forest, thrill in the rush of whitewater rapids, or meaning in a cultural encounter that stays with you long after you leave? This country has a way of transforming those who walk its shores. Welcome to New Zealand, a land where the earth speaks, the spirit soars, and every horizon holds a promise. Let your journey begin. Auckland. Tucked between two glistening harbors and surrounded by rainforest-clad hills, Auckland is where urban energy meets raw natural beauty. Often referred to as the City of Sails, it's New Zealand's largest and most diverse metropolis, home to over 1.5 million people and a vibrant cultural mosaic. Along its bustling waterfront, sleek superyachts sit beside historic ferries, and the iconic Sky Tower rises over the cityscape, offering sweeping views of the harbors and beyond. Yet, just a short drive from the urban core, the scenery shifts dramatically to black sand beaches, dormant volcanic cones, and tranquil offshore islands like Rangitoto and Waiheke. Auckland's story began long before the skyscrapers. Maori settled this land centuries ago, drawn by its fertile soil, strategic coastal position, and abundant resources. Their presence still shapes the city's spirit. In neighborhoods like Wharariki or the lively markets of Avondale, Auckland's multicultural roots and Maori heritage come vividly to life through language, food, and ceremony. Though no longer the political capital, Auckland remains the beating heart of New Zealand's economy and culture. It's fast-paced and forward-looking, yet grounded in community and tradition. The city thrives with creative energy, from contemporary art spaces and theaters to street performances, food festivals, and an ever-evolving music scene. Beyond the skyline, nature is never far. Hike the lush trails of the Waiheke Ranges, kayak across the harbor at sunrise, or sip local wine while watching the sun dip behind the Hauraki Gulf. This proximity to the wild gives Auckland a balance few cities can match, where cosmopolitan, living and untamed beauty coexist in harmony. Auckland is more than a destination. It's a dynamic gateway to Aotearoa, a place where every visit feels like both an arrival and a new beginning. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Bay of Islands. Nestled along the eastern coast of New Zealand's North Island, the Bay of Islands is a serene and scenic haven, celebrated for its stunning coastal beauty and deep historical significance. With 144 islands scattered across turquoise waters, this subtropical paradise is a playground for water lovers, history buffs, and nature seekers alike. The bay is one of New Zealand's top travel destinations, offering an endless array of aquatic adventures. Whether you're sailing between islands, kayaking through sheltered coves, diving among vibrant marine life, or casting a line into crystal-clear waters, the bay offers countless ways to enjoy the sea. Its warm climate and calm conditions make it a year-round destination for boating, fishing, swimming, and snorkeling. But the Bay of Islands is more than just a nautical paradise. It's a cornerstone of New Zealand's colonial history. It was here that the first European settlers arrived, and where some of the country's most important historical events took place. Most notably, the Treaty of Waitangi, the founding document of modern New Zealand, was signed here in 1840, marking a pivotal moment in the nation's history. Today, the Waitangi Treaty grounds near Piha offer a powerful cultural experience, with museums, guided tours, and traditional Maori performances that bring the past to life. Charming towns like Piha, Russell, and Kerikeri offer an inviting mix of heritage and hospitality. In Kerikeri, you'll find the country's oldest surviving wooden building, Kemp House, as well as the historic Stone Store, both of which offer a glimpse into early settler life. Meanwhile, Russell, once known as the hellhole of the Pacific for its rowdy whaling port past, is now a peaceful seaside village with cafes, art galleries, and colonial architecture. Beyond the coastline, the Bay of Islands boasts lush forests, hidden waterfalls, and geothermal springs waiting to be discovered. The Ngauha Springs near Kaikohe offer naturally heated mineral pools in a rustic, off-the-beaten-path setting. Hiking trails wind through native bush, past giant kauri trees and panoramic viewpoints, making the region as rewarding to explore, on land as it is by sea. Wildlife thrives here too. Dolphins frequently play in the wake of passing boats, while seals and whales can sometimes be spotted during the migratory seasons. Bird life is abundant, and many islands are protected sanctuaries for native species, giving visitors the chance to experience New Zealand's unique biodiversity up close. Whether you're looking for high seas adventure, a meaningful connection to Aotearoa's past, or a quiet escape in nature, the Bay of Islands offers something for everyone. It's a place where beauty, history, and tranquility blend seamlessly, ensuring every visit leaves a lasting impression. The Catlins, New Zealand. The Catlins, located on the southeastern tip of New Zealand's South Island, is a hidden gem, a place where nature remains wild, rugged, and untouched. Stretching from Balclutha to Invercargill, this remote coastal region unveils a dramatic landscape of towering cliffs, dense temperate rainforests, secluded beaches, and windswept headlands. At the region's southernmost point lies Slope Point, New Zealand's southern tip, where Antarctic winds carve wind-swept trees into haunting silhouettes, and the views stretch endlessly toward the Southern Ocean. This is nature at its most raw and elemental. The Catlins is home to some of the country's most captivating waterfalls. Among them, Hurakaunui Falls, cascading gracefully through native forest, is a photographer's dream, and one of New Zealand's most iconic waterfalls. Not far away, Curio Bay holds a window to the past with its petrified forest. ancient. Tree fossils preserved in stone for over 180 million years. Wildlife thrives here in ways rarely seen elsewhere. Along the coast, visitors might spot yellow-eyed penguins, one of the world's rarest penguin species, as well as Hector's dolphins, New Zealand fur seals, and even sea lions lounging along the shore. Bird enthusiasts are drawn to the region for its chance encounters with native and rare species, including the kakariki, and, historically, the now extinct moa, whose legacy is deeply embedded in Maori oral traditions. For adventurers and nature seekers, the Catlins offers a sanctuary. It's a place to hike through misty forests, surf remote breaks, or simply stand still and listen to the rhythmic crash of waves against ancient cliffs. Trails and scenic byways unveil hidden coves and quiet inlets, far removed from the hustle of modern life. At the heart of the region lies the small township of Owaka, a welcoming base for exploration. Here, local museums and cafes give insight into the region's dual heritage. From early Maori settlement, rich in mythology and connection to the land, to European whaling and logging, which left their imprint on the coastal communities. More than just a destination, the Catlins offers an experience, one of solitude, mystery, and untamed beauty. For travelers seeking something off the beaten path, where nature and culture coexist in harmony, the Catlins is a rare and unforgettable treasure. Coromandel. The Coromandel Peninsula, located on New Zealand's North Island, stretches approximately 85 kilometers north from the Bay of Plenty, forming a dramatic natural barrier that shelters the Wharariki Gulf and the Firth of Thames. At its widest point, the peninsula spans about 40 kilometers. Most of its population is concentrated along the narrow coastal strips, where small towns and fishing villages are tucked between golden beaches and forested hills. On clear days, the peninsula is even visible from Auckland, just across the sparkling waters of the Wharariki Gulf. The English name Coromandel is derived from HMS Coromandel, a British Royal Navy ship that anchored off the coast in 1820. However, the land has a much deeper history. Long before European arrival, Maori tribes had settled here, harvesting kaimoana, seafood, from its rich coastal waters and traveling through its thick forests along ancient trails. Despite its proximity to urban centers like Auckland and Hamilton, much of Coromandel remains wonderfully remote. Rugged terrain, winding roads, and dense native bush keep large parts of the peninsula wild and undeveloped, preserving its untouched charm. Running along the spine of the peninsula is the Coromandel Range, a rugged backbone of forested hills and volcanic rock. The highest peak, Mount Moehau, rises to nearly 900 meters and holds deep spiritual significance for the local Idalu'i tribes. According to Maori tradition, it is considered a resting place for spirits on their journey to the afterlife. The region's past is steeped in resource-driven industry. Once booming with gold mining towns and extensive quarry logging operations. Today, however, Coromandel has reinvented itself as a haven for nature lovers, artists, and adventurers. Among its many natural wonders, Hot Water Beach is a standout. At low tide, visitors can dig their own thermal spa pools right in the sand, thanks to underground geothermal springs that heat the beach. Nearby, the iconic Cathedral Cove awaits, an idyllic spot accessible only by boat, kayak, or foot. With its majestic limestone arch, turquoise waters, and pristine white sand, it's one of New Zealand's most photographed destinations. Whether you're hiking in untouched rainforest, soaking in seaside hot springs, or simply gazing out over a quiet bay, The Coromandel Peninsula offers a deep sense of escape. It's a place where history, culture, and nature merge, timeless and breathtaking at every turn. Dunedin, New Zealand. Located on the southeastern coast of New Zealand's South Island, Dunedin is the second largest city in the region after Christchurch, a city that blends rich history, diverse culture, and striking natural beauty. The city's name comes from Dunedin, the Scottish Gaelic name for Edinburgh, and its Scottish heritage is evident throughout its streets, architecture, and traditions. Yet Dunedin's story is far more layered, shaped by early Maori settlers, followed by waves of Scottish and Chinese immigrants, each leaving a distinct imprint on the city's identity. As of 2024, Dunedin is home to approximately 131,800 residents, forming a vibrant, multicultural community. Nestled at the head of Otago Harbour and surrounded by hills formed from an ancient volcanic crater, the city boasts a dramatic and unique landscape. The Maori were the region's first inhabitants, arriving centuries ago and establishing strong connections to the land and sea. In 1848, Scottish settlers founded the modern city, drawn later by the Otago Gold Rush of the 1860s, which transformed Dunedin into New Zealand's first official city by population and wealth. This period also brought an influx of Chinese miners, adding to the city's rich cultural fabric. Today, Dunedin thrives as a center for education, creativity, and innovation. It is home to the University of Otago, the oldest university in New Zealand, which contributes to a youthful and energetic atmosphere. The student population fuels a thriving arts scene, with Dunedin known internationally for the Dunedin Sound, an alternative rock movement that left a lasting mark on global music. Architecturally, the city is a treasure trove. Gothic churches, Victorian buildings, and Edwardian-era landmarks line the streets, offering a visual journey through time. Highlights include the Dunedin Railway Station, one of the most photographed buildings in New Zealand, and the Dunedin Public Art Gallery, which reflects the city's artistic spirit through contemporary and classical exhibitions. For nature lovers, Dunedin delivers spectacular coastal beauty. Just a short drive from the city center, the Otago Peninsula offers wildlife encounters with albatrosses, penguins, and sea lions, along with panoramic views and scenic walking trails. Whether you're exploring its historical roots, enjoying a vibrant cafe culture, or hiking its windswept cliffs, Dunedin is a city that invites you to slow down, look deeper, and discover the layers of a place where heritage and modern life coexist beautifully. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Franz, Josef, and Fox Glaciers. Tucked deep within New Zealand's South Island, Franz, Josef, and Fox Glaciers are among the few places on Earth where massive rivers of ice descend through lush, temperate rainforest, reaching elevations just 300 meters above sea level. This striking juxtaposition, ancient ice flowing through green forest, creates a landscape as surreal as it is rare. Unlike many glaciers around the world that are rapidly retreating, these icy giants continue to flow thanks to a unique combination of heavy alpine snowfall and steep mountainous terrain. Their steep gradients cause the ice to move unusually quickly, in some areas up to 10 times faster than typical valley glaciers, reshaping the land beneath them in a constant display of nature's power. Franz Josef Glacier, Ka Roimata Ohine Hukatere, stretching over 12 kilometers, begins high in the southern Alps, before tumbling through rocky ravines and into a dramatic glacial valley. Its cracked and contorted surface forms crevasses, seracs, and ice caves sculpted by underground forces and flowing meltwater. These features are not static. They shift, collapse, and reform, giving the glacier an ever-changing, almost alive appearance. Fox Glacier, Te Moeka o Tuawe, just 25 kilometers to the south, offers equally breathtaking vistas. Visitors can take a short walk to its terminal face or enjoy panoramic views from several roadside lookouts, such as the one along Cook Flat Road on the way to the glassy waters of Lake Matheson. On calm days, the lake mirrors the peaks of Mount Poitouti, Cook, and Mount Tasman, providing one of New Zealand's most iconic alpine reflections. These landscapes are not only geological marvels, they are deeply rooted in Maori legend. According to local Ngai Tahu tradition, Franz Josef Glacier was formed from the tears of a grieving woman, Haine Hukatere, whose lover perished in an avalanche. Her endless sorrow was frozen by the sky father Waiheke into an eternal river of ice. Fox Glacier, too, carries spiritual significance, embodying the stories and memory of the land. Together, Franz Josef and Fox Glaciers offer a rare glimpse into the raw forces that shape our planet. They are places where science and story converge, where geological time meets ancestral memory. Stand before them, and the noise of the modern world fades, replaced by the echo of moving ice, whispering wind, and the profound stillness of ancient Earth. Glenorchy. Nestled at the northern tip of Lake Wakatipu, Glenorchy is a picturesque settlement in New Zealand's Otago region, just a scenic 45-minute drive from the adventure capital of Queenstown. Renowned for its jaw-dropping natural beauty, Glenorchy is framed by snow-capped peaks, crystal-clear glacial rivers, and ancient beech forests that seem untouched by time. The landscape feels otherworldly, which is why it has served as the cinematic backdrop for blockbuster films like The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and The Chronicles of Narnia. Its wild cinematic vistas have earned it a place on the bucket list of nature lovers and filmmakers alike. Despite its remote charm, Glenorchy is packed with adventure. Thrill seekers can dive into exhilarating activities such as jet boating on the Dart River, skydiving over dramatic alpine terrain, or exploring the wilderness on a four-wheel drive safari. For those seeking a slower pace, the area offers peaceful moments too, whether it's fishing in tranquil streams, horse trekking through golden valleys, or taking a scenic flight for a bird's-eye view of the Southern Alps. Glenorchy is also a gateway to some of New Zealand's most iconic hiking trails. From here, you can access the Routeburn Track, one of the country's great walks, which winds through lush rainforest alpine ridges, and glacier-fed valleys. Other nearby tracks like the Reese Dart and Greenstone Cappels offer equally awe-inspiring journeys into the heart of Fjordland and Mount Aspiring National Parks. Though small in size, Glenorchy offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Visitors will find everything from cozy cafes and hearty local eateries to boutique lodges and rustic cabins. Art galleries, local craft shops, and eco-friendly tours add to the town's authentic, down-to-earth appeal. Year-round transport services make Glenorchy surprisingly accessible, despite its off-the-beaten-path allure. Whether you come for the thrill, the tranquility, or the timeless beauty of its landscapes, Glenorchy delivers a truly unforgettable slice of New Zealand's South Island. Lake Tekapo, New Zealand. Lake Tekapo, or Tekapo in Maori, is one of New Zealand's most enchanting alpine lakes, a place where nature's palette and cultural legend merge in breathtaking harmony. Nestled in the heart of the Mackenzie Basin on the South Island, the lake's surreal turquoise color is the result of fine glacial rock flour suspended in the water. These microscopic particles reflect sunlight, giving the lake its signature otherworldly glow, an effect so vivid it almost seems unreal. Framed by golden tussock-covered hills and the snow-capped peaks of the southern Alps, Lake Tekapo is perfectly positioned along State Highway 8, midway between Christchurch and Queenstown. It's an ideal scenic stop for those exploring the alpine heart of Aotearoa. According to Maori legend, Lake Tekapo was carved out by the ancestral explorer Rakaihautū, using his sacred digging stick, or ko. This powerful origin story adds spiritual meaning to the lake's dramatic landscape. On the lake's southern shore stands one of New Zealand's most iconic and photographed landmarks, the Church of the Good Shepherd. Built in 1935, this tiny stone chapel offers an awe-inspiring view of the lake and surrounding mountains, a perfect reflection of tranquility and timeless beauty. But the magic doesn't end at sunset. After dark, Lake Tekapo transforms into a celestial wonderland. As part of the Aoraki Mackenzie International Dark Sky Reserve, it's one of the best stargazing locations on Earth. With minimal light pollution and crystal-clear skies, the region offers dazzling views of the Milky Way, Southern Cross, and even the Aurora Australis on rare occasions. Visitors can join guided stargazing tours, relax in hot pools under the stars, or explore interactive astronomy experiences that connect science with the night sky. Blending ancient stories, alpine grandeur, and a sense of deep peace, Lake Tekapo isn't just a place to see, it's a place to feel. One that leaves lasting imprint on every traveler who pauses long enough to absorb its silence and its starlight. Lake Wanaka. Cradled by snow-capped peaks on New Zealand's South Island, Lake Wanaka is a serene symphony of raw wilderness and understated charm. Nestled at the gateway to the Southern Alps, this glacially carved lake is both a sanctuary for nature lovers and a haven for adventurers. Shaped over 10,000 years ago by retreating glaciers, Lake Wanaka stretches an impressive 42 kilometers in length and plunges to depths of more than 300 meters. Its clear, mirror-like waters reflect the towering peaks that surround it, some rising over 2,000 meters, creating breathtaking vistas, especially at sunrise when the sky blazes in hues of gold and pink. At the heart of the region lies the lakeside town of Wanaka, a vibrant yet peaceful community that serves as a launchpad for outdoor exploration. From here, travelers can access Mount Aspiring National Park, a vast wilderness of alpine trails, thundering waterfalls, and glacial rivers. Hiking routes like the Rob Roy Glacier Track lead you through valleys filled with wildflowers and native beech forests, while advanced trekkers can venture into remote, high-altitude terrain. Just a 15-minute drive from Wanaka lies Lake Hawea, a similarly stunning body of water, separated by a slender mountain ridge known as the Neck. This natural divide offers dramatic views of both lakes and is a popular stop on scenic drives. Those drives themselves are part of the adventure, winding through the historic Cardrona Valley, past ski fields and old gold mining relics, toward the bustling resort town of Queenstown, or northward to the untamed coastline of the West Coast. Along the way, you'll encounter landscapes that shift from golden tussock plains to dense rainforest. Lake Wanaka is also home to several small wild islands, including Waiheke Island, famous for its hidden lake on an island on a lake, and Stevenson's Island. These isolated spots are critical habitats for some of New Zealand's rarest wildlife, such as the mountain stone weta, a resilient alpine insect, and the elusive Southern Alps gecko. In summer, the lake becomes a playground for swimmers, kayakers, and paddleboarders, with warm days inviting lazy picnics and sunset cruises. In winter, snow cloaks the region, drawing skiers and snowboarders to nearby resorts like Treble Cone and Cardrona Alpine Resort, where powdery slopes and panoramic views await. But Lake Wanaka is more than a destination. It's a place steeped in cultural history. For centuries, Maori tribes traveled through these lands, navigating rivers in hand-woven reed boats called mokihi, and telling stories of the land, sky, and water. The area remains spiritually significant, a living connection to the traditions and wisdom of Aotearoa's first people. Today, Lake Wanaka continues to be a meeting point, where nature and culture, adventure and tranquility, the past and present, all converge in one of New Zealand's most enchanting landscapes. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Milford Sound, the jewel of Fjordland. Cradled within the remote and rugged embrace of Fjordland National Park, Milford Sound stands as one of New Zealand's most iconic and awe-inspiring natural wonders. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this ethereal fjord is a place where towering granite cliffs rise sheer from deep, inky waters, where waterfalls tumble hundreds of meters down into lush, ancient rainforests, and where mist and silence lend an otherworldly atmosphere that feels both primal and sacred. Though often called a sound, Milford Sound is, in fact, a fjord, formed by the relentless carving of ancient glaciers that shaped the landscape during the last ice age. The result is a geological masterpiece, a long, narrow inlet framed by sheer rock faces and capped with snow-dusted peaks, perpetually cloaked in mist and shadow. The sheer scale of its vertical cliffs, including the 1,092-meter Mitre Peak, one of the tallest sea cliffs in the world, lends the fjord a grandeur that seems almost mythic. Nestled in the remote southwest of New Zealand's South Island, Milford Sound has earned a reputation as the eighth wonder of the world, a title attributed to author Rudyard Kipling and echoed by countless travelers who stand in awe of its raw beauty. Yet, despite its fame, Milford Sound remains a sanctuary of serenity, a place where the air is crisp with sea spray, where dolphins ride the wake of passing boats, and where rain, which falls here over 200 days a year, only amplifies the majesty by feeding countless waterfalls that cascade down the cliffs in silver streams. Adventure here is as varied as the landscape itself. Visitors can embark on scenic cruises that glide silently through the fjord's reflective waters, revealing dramatic views at every turn. For the more intrepid, kayaking offers an intimate, immersive perspective. The rhythm of your paddle, the sound of birdsong, and the occasional seal sunning on the rocks your only companions. Beneath the surface lies a surprising world, a unique marine environment where deep-sea species thrive unusually close to the surface, thanks to layers of tannin-rich fresh water that filter sunlight, a rare phenomenon studied by scientists and marveled at by divers. Access to Milford Sound is itself an unforgettable part of the experience. The Milford Road, also known as State Highway 94, is a scenic marvel, a winding journey through alpine meadows, mirror-like lakes, and moss-draped forests. Along the way, you'll encounter breathtaking landmarks such as the Mirror Lakes, the IBU Homer Tunnel, and the panoramic Eglinton Valley. However, the road can become treacherous in winter due to snow and ice, a reminder of the untamed character of this land. Still, every moment of the drive reinforces the sense of venturing into the heart of a wilderness that defies time. Milford Sound is also a place of deep Maori cultural significance. According to legend, the demigod Tuteraki Wanoa carved the fjord with his powerful adze, laboring to create a place of such stunning beauty that even the gods were moved. The now extinct Piopio bird, said to have mourned the death of the hero Maui here, lends a poetic and poignant dimension to the landscape, connecting the natural and spiritual worlds in a uniquely Aotearoa way. European exploration of the area began in the early 19th century when Welsh sealer John Grono named the inlet Milford Sound after Milford Haven in his homeland. Despite its remote location and challenging terrain, the area steadily gained recognition. And today, Milford Sound is one of New Zealand's most visited, yet still most protected, natural treasures. Each year, hundreds of thousands of visitors make the journey, and yet it never feels crowded, never feels diminished. The fjord has a way of silencing even the busiest minds, of humbling even the most seasoned traveler. What makes Milford Sound truly unforgettable is not just its dramatic scenery, but the emotional experience it evokes. There is a stillness here that feels ancient, a purity in the air and water that refreshes both body and soul. Sunlight dances across the surface in fleeting patterns. Clouds wrap around the cliffs like scarves, and rain, when it falls, turns the landscape into a living waterfall. It is a place where time slows and nature speaks in whispers and roars. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Mount Cook National Park. Tucked deep within the rugged heart of the Southern Alps on New Zealand's South Island, Mount Cook National Park, formerly known as Wharariki Mount Cook National Park, is a breathtaking alpine sanctuary that embodies the raw beauty and untamed spirit of nature. It is a realm where jagged peaks pierce the sky, vast glaciers sprawl across the valleys, and silence is broken only by the distant rumble of icefalls or the call of the key, New Zealand's mischievous alpine parrot. Covering an expansive 707 square kilometers, the park is dominated by Wharariki Mount Cook, New Zealand's highest mountain, which soars majestically to 3,754 meters above sea level. This towering giant, cloaked in ice and snow year-round, is more than a geographical landmark. It is a spiritual and cultural icon, revered by both mountaineers and the indigenous Ngai Tahu people. Surrounding Wharariki are 18 other peaks over 3,000 meters and more than 140 glaciers, which together form an awe-inspiring backdrop for adventure and exploration. Among them is the Haupapa Tasman Glacier, stretching over 27 kilometers, the longest in the country, a slow-moving river of ice that carves the landscape and shapes the ecosystem around it. For those seeking to experience the grandeur of this wilderness firsthand, Mount Cook National Park offers a variety of hiking and climbing opportunities suitable for all experience levels. One of the most iconic is the Hooker Valley Track, a well-maintained trail that meanders through alpine meadows dotted with wildflowers, crosses glacial streams via swing bridges, and culminates at the iceberg-dotted Hooker Lake, with uninterrupted views of Wharariki's imposing summit. In summer, the valley is alive with color and birdsong, while in winter, it transforms into a pristine snowscape of stillness and solitude. Beyond its daytime wonders, the park is a gateway to the cosmos. Nestled within the Wairakei Mackenzie International Dark Sky Reserve, the largest of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere, Mount Cook National Park is a stargazer's paradise. Far from the light pollution of urban areas, the night sky here is an expansive dome of stars, planets, and celestial wonders. On clear nights, the Milky Way stretches from horizon to horizon, and visitors can witness the Southern Cross, the Magellanic Clouds, and even the ethereal shimmer of the Aurora Australis. Whether through guided night sky tours or quiet moments of reflection, the experience of stargazing here is both humbling and transcendent. Culturally, this landscape is steeped in meaning. For the Ngai Tahu iwi, Wharariki is more than just a mountain. He is an ancestor. According to Maori legend, Wharariki and his brothers were celestial beings who, upon striking a reef during a voyage, climbed atop their canoe, which then turned to stone, forming the South Island. Wharariki became the tallest peak, his frozen body, forever watching over the land. This deep spiritual connection is recognized and honored through dual-place names, reflecting the partnership between the Crown and Maori. Names like Wharariki, Mount Cook, and Haupapa, Tasman Glacier serve as daily reminders of this shared heritage and the enduring presence of Maori identity in the landscape. Today, Mount Cook National Park continues to draw adventurers, scientists, artists, and seekers from around the world. Some come to conquer its peaks, others to find inspiration in its vistas, and many simply to stand still and marvel. Whether you're trekking its trails, photographing its glaciers, or lying back to trace constellations in the night sky, the Abaididi Park offers an immersive encounter with nature's extremes and a deepened awareness of your place within them. From its snow-draped summits to its star-lit skies, Mount Cook National Park is more than a destination. It's an invitation to reconnect with the Earth's grandeur, to witness the forces that shape our world, and to experience the quiet joy of feeling small in the face of something so magnificently vast. Piha Beach, where the Wild West begins. Just 40 kilometers from the pulse of Auckland City lies a world apart. Piha Beach, a place of raw, untamed beauty and timeless soul. Tucked along New Zealand's legendary west coast, Piha isn't merely a beach. It's a visceral experience, a meeting point of earth, water, wind, and spirit. As you wind your way through the serpentine roads of the Waiheke Ranges, the forest thickens around you. The air grows cooler, and the scent of native bush fills your lungs. Then, as if revealed by some cinematic curtain, Piha opens up before you. Wild, rugged, and unforgettable. Its iron-rich black sands, forged by millennia of volcanic activity, shimmer beneath the sunlight like grains of obsidian. Every step you take leaves a mark, fleeting yet profound, as the Tasman Sea sends thunderous waves racing toward the shore in an eternal dance of power and grace. The coastline is jagged, ancient, shaped by lava flows and relentless tides. A landscape that feels both primal and sacred. Framed by the verdant embrace of the Waiheke Ranges, Piha is a convergence of stories. Surf culture pulses through the air like electricity, with board riders dotting the waves, chasing the perfect break. Yet deeper still is the echo of Maori heritage, woven into the land, the sea, and the names that guide your way. This is a place where ancestors walked, where nature still speaks. Standing tall at the center of it all is Lion Rock, Te Piha, a majestic volcanic sentinel that rises proudly between North and South Piha. Once the site of a Maori pa, fortified village, it now watches over beachgoers with a quiet dignity. Climb partway up its flank and feel time slow. The view from its shoulder offering a sweeping panorama of sea and sky that stirs something ancient within. Beyond the beach, bushwalks and trails beckon the curious. Follow the forested paths to Tongariro, Kite Falls, where water tumbles gracefully down 6 fern-lined tiers into a crystal-clear swimming hole. Or venture toward Taitomo Point, where the wind carries the scent of salt, and the cliffs drop steeply to the foaming surf below. Here, the sun bows out each evening in a blaze of orange and gold, setting the sea alight before surrendering to the southern stars. For those drawn to exploration, the Gap, a natural rock corridor at the southern end of the beach, offers a glimpse into Piha's secret places. At low tide, it unveils sea caves, tidal pools, and a theater of swirling currents, reminding visitors that the ocean, though beautiful, is never to be taken lightly. Indeed, Piha's surf is legendary. Towering waves crash against the shore with a force that humbles even seasoned surfers. Its rips and currents are notorious, its moods ever-shifting. Here, the sea is alive, a challenge, a teacher, a force of nature that demands respect and rewards reverence. Yet, for all its drama and danger, Piha also offers stillness. Sit on the cliffs above, feet dangling over the edge, and you'll hear more than surf. You'll hear the language of the land, the soft rustle of flax in the wind, the cry of a tui echoing through the trees, the rhythm of your own breath as the world seems to hold its own. Piha is not just a place you visit. It's a place that stays with you, in your skin, bronzed by wind and sun, in your heart, stirred by the wild. in your memories, etched in black sand, volcanic stone, and the endless horizon. Whether you come seeking adventure, solitude, connection, or inspiration, Piha offers all, unfiltered and unforgettable. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Queenstown, New Zealand. Tucked along the shores of Lake Wakatipu, Queenstown is a captivating alpine retreat on New Zealand's South Island, framed by jagged mountain ranges like the Remarkables and Cecil Peak. Its dramatic natural beauty sets the stage for both serenity and adventure. Originally known as Tahuna, meaning shallow bay in Maori, the area was a seasonal gathering ground for South Island Maori, especially the Ngai Tahu Iwi, who ventured here in search of precious punamu, greenstone, a treasure of deep cultural significance. Queenstown's European story began during the gold rush of the 1860s, when it transformed from a remote settlement into a bustling frontier town. Its name is believed to have been inspired by a port in Ireland renamed in honor of Queen Victoria, lending this South Island gem its royal name. Today, Queenstown is a dynamic fusion of heritage and thrill. Often referred to as the adventure capital of the world, it offers everything from bungee jumping, jet boating, and paragliding to skiing, snowboarding, and mountain biking, all set against a backdrop of cinematic landscapes. Yet beyond the adrenaline, Queenstown holds on to its roots. Historical sites like William's Cottage, the town's oldest surviving house, and the old police station offer glimpses into its pioneering past. The town also sits at the heart of the central Otago wine region, renowned for its world-class Pinot Noir. Here, visitors can savor lakeside dining experiences where fine cuisine is paired with award-winning wines and panoramic mountain views. Whether you're chasing the snow-covered slopes in winter or basking in golden hour reflections on the lake in summer, Queenstown wraps you in a sense of awe, a place where every season tells a different story, and every adventure leaves a lasting impression. Rotorua, the beating heart of New Zealand's geothermal and cultural landscape. Rotorua, nestled serenely on the southern shore of Lake Rotorua in New Zealand's North Island, is a destination unlike any other, a place where nature's raw power and cultural depth coexist in an ever-evolving tapestry. From the moment you step into its bounds, Rotorua engages your senses. The air, tinged with the sharp, earthy scent of sulfur, whispers tales of the ancient forces that shaped this land. Volcanic power that bubbles, steams, and shudders just beneath the surface. Often referred to as the Sulphur City, Rotorua is one of the most geothermally active areas on the planet. The region is a living canvas of geothermal marvels, hissing steam vents that curl into the sky, mud pools that burble and pop like cauldrons, and geysers that erupt with dramatic force, as if the earth itself is exhaling. At the heart of this dynamic geology lies the ancient Rotorua caldera, the remnants of a cataclysmic volcanic eruption thousands of years ago. Today, this colossal basin fuels the unique geothermal phenomena that define the landscape. A visit to Whakarewarewa, the living Maori village, offers an intimate look into both nature's spectacle and cultural resilience. Here, the Pohutu geyser, the largest active geyser in the southern hemisphere, erupts up to 20 times a day, reaching heights of up to 30 meters. Surrounding it are steaming hot pools and mineral-laden waters used for both cooking and bathing, as they have been by the Te Arawa people for generations. At Whakarewarewa, geothermal power isn't just a tourist attraction, it's woven into the daily rhythms of life, from meals prepared over natural steam vents to community bathing traditions in warm mineral springs. Rotorua's reputation as a wellness destination is long established. Since the 19th century, visitors have flocked here seeking healing in the therapeutic mud and waters. The Polynesian Spa, perched beside Lake Rotorua, is internationally acclaimed for its tranquil setting and geothermal mineral pools. Whether you soak in alkaline-rich waters from the Rachel Spring or bathe in the acidic Priest Spring, once favored for its ability to soothe aches and pains, you're immersing yourself in an ancient tradition of natural therapy. Beyond the steam and sulfur, Rotorua's landscape is a lush sanctuary of forest, lake, and sky. The nearby Redwoods Forest, Whakarewarewa Forest, offers a tranquil contrast to the volcanic drama, a realm of towering Californian redwoods and native ferns crisscrossed by walking and mountain biking trails. Elevated tree walks and suspension bridges provide a canopy view of the forest, especially magical when illuminated at night by softly glowing lanterns. The geothermal theme continues at Waiotapu Thermal Wonderland, where vivid pools of orange, green, and turquoise shimmer in a surreal display of chemistry and color. The champagne pool and artist's palette are especially otherworldly. Yet, perhaps Rotorua's most profound gift is its deep connection to Maori culture. As the ancestral home of the Te Arawa Iwi, the region beats with the heart of indigenous identity and pride. Maori customs are not relegated to museums here. They are alive and thriving. At immersive cultural experiences like Mitai Maori Village or Tamaki Maori Village, visitors are welcomed with the traditional pauhiri ceremonial greeting, witness the awe-inspiring haka, and savor the rich flavors of hangi, food cooked in underground earth ovens. These experiences go beyond performance. They are heartfelt expressions of mana akitanga, hospitality, wakapapa, genealogy, and kaitiakitanga, guardianship of the land. Rotorua is a place where stories rise like steam from the ground, where every bubbling pool and ancient pohutukawa tree holds a narrative handed down through generations. The spiritual essence of this land runs deep, inviting not just observation, but participation, reflection, and respect. This fusion of elemental drama and cultural vibrancy makes Rotorua far more than a scenic detour. It is a place of energy, physical, cultural, and emotional. It lingers in your memory, seeps into your spirit, and changes how you see the relationship between people and the land they call home. Whether you come for the thrill of geothermal wonders, the serenity of forest paths, the embrace of hot springs, or the echo of ancient songs, Rotorua will welcome you with open arms and an open heart. It's not merely a destination. It's an experience that becomes part of your journey, long after you've left its misty shores. Te Anau, gateway to Fiordland's untamed beauty. Cradled by mountains and mirrored in the still waters of Lake Te Anau, the town of Te Anau is a place where the pace of life slows, and the natural world takes center stage. As the official gateway to Fiordland National Park, this peaceful lakeside haven offers more than just a stopover. It offers a true immersion into the heart of New Zealand's wild and wondrous South Island. Known in Maori as Te Ana Au, meaning place of the swirling waters, this town lives up to its poetic name. Mist often drifts over the lake at dawn, the water swirling gently beneath peaks that rise in quiet majesty. Whether you're drawn by the call of adventure or seeking a moment of serenity, Te Anau offers a balance of tranquility and thrill found in few other places on Earth. Its story began in 1852, when European explorers, led by Maori guides, first reached the lake's shores. But it was the 1953 opening of the Homer Tunnel, carving a path through the Southern Alps to Milford Sound, that truly put Te Anau on the map, transforming it into the launchpad for exploration of Fiordland's awe-inspiring wilderness. Today, Te Anau serves as the ideal base for discovering Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound, two of New Zealand's most legendary fjords. Here, sheer cliffs plunge into ink-dark waters, waterfalls tumble from rainforest-covered ridges, and pods of dolphins glide alongside cruising boats. The journey to these remote, rain-soaked realms is as breathtaking as the destinations themselves. Winding roads through alpine valleys, mirror lakes, and ancient beech forests. Te Anau is also a pilgrimage site for walkers and trekkers, with three of New Zealand's great walks beginning near its borders: the Milford Track, the Kepler Track, and the Routeburn Track. Each trail offers a unique odyssey into untouched backcountry, through mossy forests, across suspension bridges, beside glacial rivers, and up to panoramic ridgelines. But you don't have to be a long-distance hiker to feel at home here. Kayak across the lake's glassy surface, take a jet boat down the Waiau River, or simply wander the town's lakeside promenade with a coffee in hand and the Southern Alps in view. Te Anau Bird Sanctuary offers a close-up look at rare native wildlife, including the takahe, a vibrant blue-green flightless bird once believed to be extinct, now thriving under conservation care. A short journey south leads you to Lake Manapori, a jewel nestled amid mountain peaks and islands, revered not only for its surreal beauty, but also for its pivotal role in New Zealand's environmental movement. Manapori is the perfect complement to Te Anau's offerings: serene, soulful, and unspoiled. In town, you'll find a warm welcome in the form of cozy motels, luxury lodges, family-friendly B&Bs, and lakeside campsites. Local cafes and restaurants serve up hearty fare and fine wine, while the night skies, free from city light, reveal a spectacular display of stars, often accompanied by the calls of native owls echoing through the darkness. Whether you're sipping Pinot Noir as the sun sets behind the Kepler Mountains, stepping aboard a boat bound for the fjords, or lacing your boots for a journey into the rainforest, Te Anau doesn't just offer access. It offers connection to land, to history, to the wild, and to something deeper within yourself. This is more than a town. Te Anau is the soul of Fiordland, a quiet, powerful reminder of why we travel, and what waits for us when we step into nature's embrace. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Tongariro National Park. Tongariro National Park, nestled in the heart of New Zealand's North Island, holds the distinction of being the country's oldest national park and the fourth oldest in the world. Established in 1887 through a landmark act of generosity by Maori chief Te Heuheu Tukino IV, who gifted the sacred peaks to the nation, the park marked the beginning of New Zealand's enduring commitment to conservation. Spanning over 790 square kilometers, the park showcases a dramatic and diverse landscape shaped by volcanic activity, glacial erosion, and centuries of natural evolution. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, uniquely recognized for both its outstanding natural features and deep cultural significance. A dual status that reflects the park's immense value to both science and heritage. At its core are three awe-inspiring, active volcanoes, Mount Ruapehu, Mount Ngauruhoe, and Mount Tongariro. These towering peaks define the skyline and offer a sense of raw geological power. Mount Ruapehu, the tallest of the three at 2,797 meters, is also the site of two popular ski fields, Wakapapa and Turoa, drawing winter sports enthusiasts from around the globe. In warmer months, hikers flock to the renowned Tongariro Alpine Crossing, a 19.4-kilometer trek that traverses rugged volcanic terrain, steaming vents, ancient lava flows, and vividly colored crater lakes, like the famous Emerald Lakes. Often cited as one of the finest day hikes in the world, it provides an unforgettable encounter with the raw beauty of Aotearoa's natural landscape. Beyond the peaks, Tongariro National Park boasts a variety of ecosystems, from lush, temperate rainforests and tussock grasslands to alpine herb fields. This ecological diversity supports a wide range of native flora and fauna, including endangered species like the waio, blue duck, and the North Island brown kiwi. The park is a living sanctuary where conservation efforts strive to preserve fragile habitats and maintain the ecological balance. But Tongariro is more than just a geological wonder. It is a sacred place in Maori culture. The mountains are considered living ancestors, deeply connected to the spiritual and historical identity of local iwi, such as Ngati Tuharetoa. Maori oral traditions speak of great battles between the volcanoes, epic tales that explain the formation of the landscape and impart spiritual meaning to the terrain. Every rock, ridge, and lake holds a story, interwoven with themes of kinship, mana, prestige, and guardianship. Surrounding towns such as Ohakune, National Park Village, and Tarangi serve as gateways to this natural wonder. These small communities offer accommodation, equipment rental, guided tours, and warm hospitality to travelers embarking on their journeys through the park. Each town also provides a glimpse into local life and the ongoing relationship between people and land. Whether you're carving down snow-covered slopes in winter, traversing the volcanic ridges on a summer hike, or simply soaking in the serene beauty of native bushland, Tongariro National Park delivers a rich and varied experience. It's a destination where adventure, culture, and conservation meet. A place that invites you to walk gently, look deeper, and connect with the spirit of the land. For those seeking adventure in the great outdoors, a deeper understanding of Maori culture, or simply a chance to be awed by nature's grandeur, Tongariro National Park promises an unforgettable journey into the living heart of New Zealand. Lake Wanaka. Cradled by snow-capped peaks on New Zealand's South Island, Lake Wanaka is a serene symphony of raw wilderness and understated charm. Nestled at the gateway to the Southern Alps, this glacially carved lake is both a sanctuary for nature lovers and a haven for adventurers. Shaped over 10,000 years ago by retreating glaciers, Lake Wanaka stretches an impressive 42 kilometers in length and plunges to depths of more than 300 meters. Its clear, mirror-like waters reflect the towering peaks that surround it, some rising over 2,000 meters, creating breathtaking vistas, especially at sunrise when the sky blazes in hues of gold and pink. At the heart of the region lies the lakeside town of Wanaka, a vibrant yet peaceful community that serves as a launchpad for outdoor exploration. From here, travelers can access Mount Aspiring National Park, a vast wilderness of alpine trails, thundering waterfalls, and glacial rivers. Hiking routes like the Rob Roy Glacier Track lead you through valleys filled with wildflowers and native beech forests, while advanced trekkers can venture into remote, high-altitude terrain. Just a 15-minute drive from Wanaka lies Lake Hawea, a similarly stunning body of water, separated by a slender mountain ridge known as the Neck. This natural divide offers dramatic views of both lakes and is a popular stop on scenic drives. Those drives themselves are part of the adventure, winding through the historic Cardrona Valley, past ski fields and old gold mining relics, toward the bustling resort town of Queenstown, or northward to the untamed coastline of the West Coast. Along the way, you'll encounter landscapes that shift from golden tussock plains to dense rainforest. Lake Wanaka is also home to several small wild islands, including Waiheke Island, famous for its hidden lake on an island on a lake, and Stevenson's Island. These isolated spots are critical habitats for some of New Zealand's rarest wildlife, such as the mountain stone weta, a resilient alpine insect, and the elusive Southern Alps gecko. In summer, the lake becomes a playground for swimmers, kayakers, and paddleboarders, with warm days inviting lazy picnics and sunset cruises. In winter, snow cloaks the region, drawing skiers and snowboarders to nearby resorts like Treble Cone and Cardrona Alpine Resort, where powdery slopes and panoramic views await. But Lake Wanaka is more than a destination. It's a place steeped in cultural history. For centuries, Maori tribes traveled through these lands, navigating rivers in hand-woven reed boats called mokihi, and telling stories of the land, sky, and water. The area remains spiritually significant, a living connection to the traditions and wisdom of Aotearoa's first people. Today, Lake Wanaka continues to be a meeting point, where nature and culture, adventure and tranquility, the past and present, all converge in one of New Zealand's most enchanting landscapes. If you're watching this, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Wharariki Beach, at the edge of the world. Tucked away at the far northern tip of New Zealand's South Island, Wharariki Beach feels like a secret, whispered by the wind. Remote, raw, and otherworldly, this is where wild nature collides with wind-swept wonder, a landscape carved by the elements and left untouched by time. Here, solitude is not an absence, but a presence, a deep, resonant stillness that lingers long after you've left. Reaching Wharariki is an adventure in itself. There are no roads to the beach, only a 20-minute walk through rolling private farmland, wind-swept tussocks, and pockets of coastal forest. As you crest the final dune and the view opens up, you'll understand. The journey is part of the magic. What awaits is not just a beach, but a dreamscape sculpted by sea, sky, and stone. Golden sand stretches wide beneath a limitless sky, often swept clean by the relentless wind that gives the beach its shifting sculptural dunes. The Archway Islands, rising dramatically offshore, stand as natural cathedrals of stone. Arched and weathered, their silhouettes casting long shadows across the surf. At low tide, the beach becomes a canvas of water and light, its mirror-like surface reflecting clouds and cliffs so perfectly they seem suspended between worlds. Sea caves echo with the rush of waves and the cry of seabirds, and tide pools sparkle with life, each a miniature universe waiting to be explored. Kneel down and you'll find starfish clinging to rocks, darting crabs, and the hypnotic sway of sea anemones. For photographers, it's a masterpiece in motion. For wanderers, it's a place where time stretches and the everyday dissolves. There are no shops, no signs, no distractions, just the untamed beauty of the West Coast and the ever-present roar of the Tasman Sea. The wind is a constant companion, sculpting the dunes, shifting the sand, and breathing life into every moment. It reminds you that here, nature is the artist, and everything else is fleeting. Fur seals are frequent visitors, often seen lounging on sun-warmed rocks or dozing in the soft sand. In the shallows, you might spot playful seal pups tumbling through the surf like children, watched closely by their mothers. It's a wildlife encounter that feels intimate, organic, and unforced, like stumbling upon a secret. Located just west of Cape Farewell, past the quiet village of Puponga, Wharariki feels like it belongs to another world entirely. The road ends here, both literally and metaphorically. This is the edge of the map, a place where the land exhales one final breath before surrendering to the sea. But it's an edge that invites, not forbids, a threshold to something profound. Come at sunset, and you'll witness a transformation. The descending sun filters golden through the arches, bathing the beach in amber light. Shadows stretch long, and the wind draws new patterns in the sand, transient, like memory. It's as if the entire landscape is alive, participating in the Aiua closing act of day. For those willing to stray beyond the ordinary, Wharariki Beach is not merely a destination, it's an encounter, a fleeting moment where you meet nature on her terms, raw, unfiltered, and breathtaking. Stand still here, and you'll feel it. That quiet knowing that you've touched something eternal, if only for a moment.